contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Contest of Speed EU3 Round 2 at Japan, Suzuka Circuit. And I am D Summers 90, and tonight I am joined by one of the more famous com members and drivers, Robstar591. How are you doing this evening?
Doing alright, get to see the new grid for EU3 this season drive, around this beautiful track of Japan. How are you, D Summers?
Oh, I'm good. Looking forward to this race. And, yeah, it's just going to be interesting. This is a relatively difficult track this year round, especially with the curb update that they brought out. You do not want to touch those curbs in Sector 1, especially if you are on a push
Definitely
lap.
not. Yeah, you've got to be gentle on the throttle as well. Not much grip. You can't get this tyres warmed up. Like Fred has gone off the track there on his outlap. He almost spun it into the wall. So it shows you need to be careful around that few sectors. Well, that first sector, should I say. And I think that's Mercedes pulled off to the side. I'm not sure why. The Russian army.
Oh, and Enzon has now gone off in the Degnas. Right, while they are on their outlaps, we will go through the Drivers' Championship. So, after the results of last week, we have got Sandidan in first place on 26 points because he got himself the fastest lap as well as winning the race by, what was it, almost 4 seconds ahead of P2. We've got quite a few drivers on 0 points, purely for the fact that, a few of them were not here for the race. A couple of them DNF'd from the race. But everything can change as of tonight. Here is the constructors. We've got Red Bull up front, followed by Aston Martin, and then the Haas behind. So, it's already shaping up to be a very interesting season, and it's only round 2. So, let's see what happens in qualifying and the race tonight. So, we've got Applejuice out first, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it's got Andrews behind him as well. Got 2 people right next to each other, but let's see how well these people can do. Coming up to his tight right hander. But that's, I'm pretty sure it's him. No, Andrews is still going. Hasn't invalidated. The Alpine moves out the way, but we've got an Aston driver coming up as well.
I remember racing Andre in EU4 around this circuit. And, and he goes off but doesn't invalidate. He went wide through Spoon, but manages to keep his time, apparently.
Yeah, let's see what you can do for this final sector.
That's
from the 130R.
Yep, through 130R and then into the Casio Triangle, if I remember correctly.
Coming around the line now. Let's see what time he can set. 130.5. Got some drivers behind now. They might be finishing that lap or starting with a lap by Psychic. There's first, about 129.8.
Who have we got next? Alex W. and then Enzon, pipping him with a 28.8. Now here's a driver we didn't see last week because he was not here, and it's Sam844 coming round for the Williams. What can he put in? A 131.075, not his greatest lap. Let's see, who have we got? We've got Ashton. Oh, and he does a 133. Sorry for all the jumping, guys. We have now got a McLaren of Nathan, who is about to start his lap by the look of things.
Giva is about to finish his lap now on P14.
Yep.
About to cross the line. Let's see what he can do. He crosses the line up to P5. He goes, but I'm pretty sure. Sandum is about to be the next one to cross the line. Coming up to the final chicane now. Gets that tight line coming out the final corner now. Crosses the line.
He invalidated into the chicane there. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate for him. He will just have to go again. Luckily, it is just on his banker lap and not his full push lap. Let's see. Almanac is out on a push lap right now. There's Williams in the way. Oh, I don't know if that was an impede or not. Wow, even if it was, he did a 129.020 to go second place. Let's see. Is Sanderdam going around?
No, he's invalidated, and Nathan's not on a push lap.
Let's see, we've got Apple Juice, Pipe Tech, and Kev all on outlaps as well.
X427 starting his lap as well in that first sector for the S section right now.
That is Neil B.
Yeah. Oh, T-Spell, got it wrong. Oh, damn it. Well, T-Spell here. Coming out the first sector now. Let's see what you can do on the board with a 32.4 there. Purple sector 1. So it looks like he might be able to grab that pole if he can continue with his pace right now. Coming up to the tight hairpin, gets a power down. Straight forward round this long right-hander. Coming up to this spoon bit. It's quite difficult, should I say, round spoon. You don't want it to curb, but you also want to find the most time, should I say.
You want to be as close to the curb without touching it as you possibly can on that inside on both of the apexes of the spoon curve. It is a difficult corner to get absolutely right, but if you nail it, you fly through that section, which I believe Neilby has done. What is he going to do across the line here? And it's provisional second place, 2 tenths off of Enzon in P1.
Nathan comes across the line up to P7. He goes, so getting in that top 10 now for that McLaren. Pipe Tech be the next one up to P10.
But Sanderdam coming through after setting a purple sector 2.
We don't invalidate this lap through that chicane.
Goes up to 4th with a 129.151. Not a bad lap at all.
Or Fred / Apple Juice about to cross the line.
Oh, can we get an invite to Kev, please?
Oh.
Let's see, who have we got still out there? Is Pipe Tech on a second push? That's the question. A lot of people coming out of the pits now.
Well, Pipe Tech is improving, but he's almost mediums up P11 there, so he is improving. Not much battery left though, so it's time. He is gonna go down.
It's only just a tenth up at this moment in time. Is he going to be able to hold it through the chicane and improve his time? He goes straight into the pits. As Sam is now out on another push lap by the look of things. Let's see. There is an Alpine out there. Yep, there we go. So we've got Apple Juice or Fred in the Discord, and let's see where he can put himself. Oh, and nope, he comes into the pits. He was not happy with his time there. So we've got X427 starting his lap now. We also have both Red Bulls out at the moment. Let's see. Yep,
Although Ashton Army is about to finish his lap, same as Sam, so see if these guys can make big improvements.
Up to 12th for Ashton Army, and then up to 5th for Sam. That was a big jump for him. He did a good job there. Let's see. We have
a Red Bull at the back there. Put Sam in that. So there's a Haas there, which is X427 improving in that first sector by 2/10. In the second sector, now gone up to Spoon. Light, gentle brake, and gentle brake again, and full power down out of the exit at Spoon. Coming down to the straight here. Coming up the hill, round 130 R. What can he do round this to two? He's improving by 3/10 up to the chicane now. The final chicane. The quite important bit here. You want to get a good run out of it. Comes across the line. What can he do? Can he beat his teammate? No, he cannot. But improves by 4/10, almost 5/10 there.
let's see here. Where Almanac is now out on his lap. Let's see where he can go, because if I remember rightly, he had a bit of a difficult race at Bahrain last week. Had a good fight, but it didn't quite work out in his favour as Ashton retires in the pit lane. He's happy enough with his time and decides to retire. We've got some support for Real Ashton Army from Not Tom Carter in the chat. We have also got some support from Havoc Connor for Nathan as well. Former teammates, those two. It should hopefully be faster in the race time, don't worry. And Almanac bails as he invalidates through the Casio triangle. We have a Mercedes going across the line. That is Andre. I believe he is just starting a new lap. This Sector 1 is absolute torture for tyres. Just the fact that it's a left, right. It's so much heat going into the tyres all the way through Sector 1. It does call into question what people are going to be using for their race tyre selection. Because the temperature degradation causes so much so many problems for the tires. If you overheat them and you're on the softs, you're not going to get anywhere with them, unfortunately. Rob, what do you reckon the optimal strat would be for the race?
Well, definitely medium to hard or hard to medium here, but you never know. It could rain in the race, you know, because it does have a chance.
That's
The
very
place
true.
which does like to rain, so anything could happen in the race. But right now, you've got to make sure those tires keep going nice, and
Yep.
make sure you actually uh, finish. You know, gonna overheat it for that first sector. But come around
Andre
the
Andre's going to be a little bit upset with that. He's only 3 thousandths off of Sandydam. But he did jump up to 6th place, so I think he'll be relatively pleased with that.
about that, Sanderman is about to improve. Coming up to the line now. Looks like he's improving by a major time.
He dives
And
into
he
the
comes
pits.
into
He was not happy. We've got Enzon starting a lap. Dougie overtakes Applejuice for 15th place. And we've got Pipe Tech going slow in the beginning of Sector 3.
yeah, looks like he ran out of fuel.
Oh, he has gone straight on, cut across, and straight back into the pits. So,
Nathan improving him at sector
Yep.
2.
I can hear Havoc Connor now screaming in Yorkshire. Just screaming, "Go on, Nathan. Do it. Go on." I talk to them on a regular basis, so I know their voices very well.
And
He's
looks like
not happy
Nathan
with the lap.
looks like he was going to improve. He's just not happy.
Oh, I don't know if that was a mistake there from Applejuice, but he is 7 seconds down. So I think this is going to be the start of his lap if he doesn't dive in, and he dives into it.
Enzo is about to improve by a major time here. He's got staying in his lead of P1. And he does by 4 tenths there. So everybody's out for their final lap. So these people are going. So get ready to watch everybody cross the line.
Let's have a watch of Heavy, because he missed last week, unfortunately for him, but he is now debuting for EU3 as people have started to retire their cars in the pit lanes. Let's see, is Heavy going to be able to improve his time? He is currently almost, well, he's just over 3.5 tenths up on his time. Round the hairpin we go. Let's see how he does through the spoon curve, because I know it can throw a few people off. And I've noticed his driver number is pretty much a mean number at this point. There are a couple of drivers in every tier who like to run the same number. He is almost 6 tenths up on his previous time. Let's see where he can put it.
He might be able to jump up to P10, maybe P11.
And P12 he goes.
12.
Let's see, we have the
About
Haas of
It's 427.
427 coming across the line next. Improves by 4
Improved.
thousandths.
And looks like Sam's crashed into the pits. He's not happy with his lap, so he crashed it. Doggy across the line, not improving. Amnak will be the next one. P2.
And we have Alex W, another debutant this week. Goes up to P3. Now we
in
have two spell. Let's see
T-spell.
what he can do. He does
Improve,
improve, but
then jump
not
up.
by much.
Spygate. Improves, but it's not enough.
Let's see where Sanded Am
And
can go. P1 from last week. Oh, and only up to, I believe that was 5th. Yes. So there are your grid slots for the upcoming race. Enzon in the Ferrari in P1, Almanac in P2, Alex W, the debutant this week, in P3, Two Spell in P4, Sandy Dam in P5, 427 in 6th, Andre, Pipe Tech, A Fixter, and Sam round out your top 10. We also have Cygate Heavy, Nathan, Real Ashton Army, Dougie Applejuice, and Kev, who did not set a time. So, just a quick word from you, Rob. I'm just wondering, what would you do in this situation for strategy? Because I know what I would do. I want to see if it would be any different.
well,
And I'm not fishing
I
for
would,
a strategy for tomorrow before anyone asks.
I would probably start mediums, right? You know, try to push it far as you can, but also you want to try to get the undercut from the drivers. So you want to play it nice and safe and calm out there. But also, right now, as you see, it's quite, you know, quite dry, should I say? So go medium Steffo for first. Got to be careful on the first stint. It's very important for
Oh,
the
and
second stint
here we
to be
go.
hard.
5 lights, and away we go. We are away for round 2. Looks like a clean start for everyone so far. One car is ghosted.
I'm like getting the lead now.
Oh, Sam needs an invite. Oh,
Yeah, Dory already sent it.
do not worry, you've got it.
Dory on it. Already done the
Oh,
job.
and what happened to Two Spell? He has spun and dropped all the way to the back of the grid.
Yeah, the start, should I say, would be quite bad since those cold tires would be very horrible. You have to wait for them to warm up. So going for that first sector and first lap, it would be awful. So you got to be careful out there.
That is true. Let's have a look at the tyre choices for the beginning here. Strangely enough, Pipe Tech has gone onto the soft tyres, the only person on the grid to do so. Do you reckon he's going to be trying to do a 2-stop?
Two stop. Normally two stops don't work. You need to. Two stops would be quite. You know.
It's a long shot.
Yeah, it's a long shot. You just got to have that pace. If you don't have that pace, the two stop won't probably work.
I will say though, that was a hell of a first lap from Almanac and Enzon, because they have already pulled 2.5 seconds to the car behind, as Sanderdam has made his way through the pack. He's only made 2 passes, but it's put him in the open to get back up with the front 2. And I have a feeling he will be able to do it, because he is such a fast driver, as we saw last week. And I mean, I even witnessed it firsthand in EU3 when he was a reserve. He is a quick driver. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that 2.5 seconds fall throughout this race. So we only have 2 cars starting on the hards as well. Everyone else is on the mediums.
Looks like there's some chaos at the back there. Sam coming round. Tim is Nathan, it looks like it as well. And the McLaren. Some chaos at the back there. Sam dropping down to P6. Heavy going down to P12. Fighting with a 2 spell there for P12. Right now, the grid's kind of forming out right now. It's kind of going separate,
Yeah,
kind of spreading out.
we've got a couple of little little trains, as it were. We've got first and second, then third and fourth, then fifth down to seventh are together, then eighth down to 10th, and then from 11th down to 14th, thereabouts. Oh, and Sam has got himself a 10-second penalty in the pit lane and has retired. I don't think he was enjoying Japan. Hopefully he will have a better race next time. Kev and Cygate going wheel to wheel, and oh, there is Kev spun around in the end of Sector 1. That's a unfortunate situation to find himself in. Let us see here. There are a couple of battles going on here. We've got X427 and Pipe Tech fighting for 6th. But we have also got this little trio here of Alex, Sanderdam and Adam, or A Fixter. Okay, thank you. Apparently Sam has sound issues and was not enjoying it because of that. So, understandable, I would do the exact same. So we've got Alex, Sanderdam and A Fixter, all within a second of each other, as Almanac and Enzon swap positions at the front again. There goes Sanderdam with the DRS wide open into turn 1. As Nilby passes Nathan further back. Let's see, is there a closer battle right now? Habita. Sorry guys. Let's have a look at this fight between Two Spell and Nathan. A little bit of a slide for Nathan on the hard tyres there. So he lost out a little bit of time. And onto the grass he goes. Jeez. He's doesn't seem to be enjoying that car much.
Don't think so. Right now, it's still fight for the lead. It's 2 people up front. Sandy, man, has brought that gap down a tiny bit, which I've seen, should I say. So it's just 2 cars chasing down the leaders now. So depends how this will plan out. How will it go for the rest of the race? I'm down to the chicane now. Enzo's right behind Almanac, coming up to the DRS straight. Opens that DRS, coming down to turn 1. How much can that DRS help him down on that straight? Tenderman gets that fastest lap now. Enzo's not close enough to overtake Almanac. Sim is Alex at the back there, right behind Sandyman.
Oh, and we've got a pass on Nathan for 9th. It was Havey making the pass under DRS into turn 1. Out of the 3 battles that we were following there, he was the only one to actually make the pass. I think these two are doing pretty well there. They should really be working together, especially in the DRS zone, just to try and close up that 2.5 second gap to Two Spell. Because we know that 427 and Two Spell work together really well. They did that last season, and I believe... Where did they come in the Constructors? They were 2nd, I believe, in the Constructors, if not 1st. I cannot remember. I apologise. But the closest battle right now is with the other kick Sauber of Alex right behind Sanderdam. Is he going to make the pass into the chicane? No, he thinks better of it and backs out.
You might have him on the DRS though, so let's see what happens here on the straight.
as Enzong makes the pass on Almanac for first place. That was very clean driving from both Enzon and Alex to make those passes. Just sweet little sweep back into the racing line and then round the first corner. I am very surprised by the standards of EU3. I remember the standards of EU4 when I first joined, and it was, don't get me wrong, great racing, but it was really scrappy. I remember it being one of those situations as Alex locks up into...
Oh, safety car!
I went...
Safety car.
So that is in Sector 1, or was it? Yes. Fred out for the second week in a row. He also did not finish the Bahrain Grand Prix last week. So we have now got ourselves a safety car. So all of that work that Enzon and Almanac have put in has just gone down the toilet. And both have come into the pits on lap 6. What do you reckon, Rob? Do you reckon... Oh, they're going on to hard tyres and Enzon has a penalty to serve. Oh, no. It was just game lag. I apologise. But this does put X427 up into first place as he doesn't want to double stack with 2-spell. And also Nathan has stayed out as well. Wow, okay, that's a really slow safety car. But 427 did well not to go speeding past it and getting himself disqualified. That's... Yes, Potter. The safety car is sponsored by Trax VR. If you join the Discord now, you can actually find discounts on Trax VR via the links in the Discord.
Yeah, and did you know Trax VR is actually driving that safety car right now? I bet you didn't know that, eh? Quite of a fancy fact. Been doing my research on the safety car. X427's got that lead, so do you want to show the tyres to the people as well? It'll be quite interesting.
Yeah, let's see what these tyre choices are. Everyone has gone from the mediums onto the hards that was on the mediums, apart from Real Ashton Army and Andre. Andre had only recently... No, he pitted one lap into the race. I think he had an incident at the back of the pack, so he did not want to pit again. I am surprised by Nathan choosing not to pit. Potty may land it. Yes, no wonder the car was going so slow, Potty. But yes, going back into this, pretty much everyone has stopped. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that have not pitted yet. 427 is going to have to really make a meal of getting his car as wide as possible. We know that he is a very, very defensive driver, but will he be able to do it on 6 lap older tyres? And thank you for the raid, guys. Welcome in. Make sure to join the Discord. So, we are currently under safety car. Do you reckon it's going to be end of this lap, won't it? More than likely, Rob?
Yeah, it should be.
And we've got Potty Maylander in the safety car taking us round for this lap.
Surprised he hasn't crashed yet. Surprised he hasn't crashed.
Oh, Potty's not having a fun day. First I call him slow, now you say he's hasn't crashed yet.
Just waiting for it, It's Japan.
Let's wait and see for these safety car lights to turn off going into Sector 3.
So let's see if the safety car comes into this. This is where safety car would be called in.
Yeah, it'll be up to the Sector 3 line, so it would be now. Is it going to be a late call? This is oh, there we go. Very late call.
Potty, what is your reaction, man? Come on. Get a better reaction time. As we see some drivers slowly pulling off to the side here. And X427.
Away goes X427.
Gone.
He's gone and he's made a fool of Enzon there. Enzon was asleep. He was not expecting him to back the pack up that much. But X427 gets a clean getaway as Nathan has gone wide through turn 1. Unfortunate. And I'm going to say this for not Tom Carter right now. Look where Real Ashton Army is. We know you love this guy. He is currently running in 5th on old medium tyres. It seems like it was, apart from a couple of drivers going wide through turn 1, a relatively clean getaway after the safety car restart, and Enzon has made the move around the outside of X427 out of the hairpin. Oh, and that might be partly why. Can we get him back into the session?
Hurry on it, doing my job.
Oh, there was a slight twitch from Alex coming out of Spoon. And there's the power of the AI. 427 passing Almanac under AI. As the Mercedes and the Red Bull are wheel to wheel through the Casio Triangle. Decent driving from Real Ashton there, making sure that he did not take out the other driver. I'm sorry guys, I'm usually not very talkative when watching F1 races. Me being comms is not the best idea, I guess. But either way, we've got a close battle between Real Ashton Army, Nathan and Pipe Tech, including Neilby, Heavy and Cygate. Well, basically all the way down to 15th. These guys are all within a second of each other. We've got the leading pack, Enzon, Almanac and Alex within a second of each other as well. Then there is a 1.5 second back to Sandy Dam, followed closely by 427, who is hopefully back in. I did not see the notification if he was or not.
I'll try again. But I might need to I might have to get someone to replace me because I'm having major screen freezes right now. So I already got someone in, should I say, who's already down to replace me.
Okay.
Which will be a habit Connor, so
Okay.
I'm just getting him in here, but I'll stay in the session so I can record the timings.
Yeah, of course. as Alex goes down the inside of Almanac into turn 1. That was a great pass from the Kick Sauber driver. And, oh my word, Enzon. What happened with Enzon there? Good evening, Connor. How are you doing? It seemed Enzon managed to go wide through Sector 1 and is now back in 3rd position. Let's see. There is a massive gap after the AI of X427 at this moment in time. And that is a 3-second gap down to Nathan. The proverbial cork in the bottle, potentially. But Nathan is doing well for himself and is looking to get himself a points finish this week. Let's go back up with the leaders. There is now a train from 1st down to 5th. Everyone is within DRS. Just about. Let's see if Almanac can pull the same move that Alex pulled on him. Or does he get it done soon? Yes, he does. He gets it done long before the turn in for turn 1. Very nice driving. As Pipe Tech gets past Nathan on the start-finish straight, as well as 2 Spell.
Good evening, gents. Apologies.
He finally found the mute button, guys. How are you doing, Carl?
Yeah, we're doing well. Just getting myself accustomed to where everyone is, and
it's
looking.
All things are shuffled right now, especially after the safety car. Sandydam, our winner from last week, is currently stuck in 5th at the end of a 5-car DRS train. I don't think this is his most favourite track, even though he said last week Bahrain is one of his, I believe, worst tracks. So,
And did manage to do very well across both races that he competed in. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how he does as he
as he
tries
goes
to
off
go.
onto the grass there.
Yeah, tried to go side by side there with the Ferrari of Enzon, but
they were almost 3 wide at one point through 130R. Believe me, that is not something that will end well.
no, there's been some contact between Dougie and Andre towards the back of the grid. Not entirely sure what happened there, but we did see the Merc in the wall.
And he
But
does
that appears
have damage to the end. I apologise. The left side of his front wing. He does not have an end plate, and he is missing a couple of the fins on the wing, unfortunately. So he's going to have major troubles turning right, which is a little bit difficult on this track. You need the ability to be able to turn. He is going to have to pit to get that fixed. Otherwise, he will lose places.
Yeah, 100%. As Kev's right in the back of him now, as Sygate earns the first penalty of the evening for corner cutting.
I believe there might have been contact there. He was very, very slow out of the hairpin. That was strangely slow out of the hairpin. Let's have a look at what's going on with the leaders. Alex is right behind Almanac as they come across the line here. Opens the DRS. Follows the slipstream. And just about makes the turn, the pass before the turn in for the corner.
Yeah,
tagged.
Yes, very, very lucky indeed. As left just about enough room for Almanac as he waltzes past into turn 1. little bit further back, just the Red Bull of Afix to Enzon and Sandy Dam, just as you were currently. And then further back, you've got the Haas boys in 6th and 7th.
No doubt working together to keep DRS between them and try and close up the gap to the train ahead, which might be a little bit easier now as Sandydam has dropped out of that DRS train. He needs to try and make up a 10th and a half to get that back into that DRS.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel
As
he's struggling. He is struggling this race.
yeah, I mean, look at the tyre situation. He's on the same level of tyres as everyone else in the top 5. So is it just a case of he doesn't like the hard tyres around here?
It might be a case he doesn't like the higher tyres around Suzuka, or maybe, just maybe, it might be a setup issue. He might not have the right type of setup for Suzuka.
Yeah, this is very true. Obviously, setups are a very personal thing, becoming more and more personal as the games go on. But yeah, it's going to be
the feel and how you're connected to the game. And Robstar has left the session.
Oh dear.
I don't have RLT running, so because he said he would have it running. So we are going to have to take screenshots at the end of the race. But
not a problem. I can be on that. Not an issue.
I do wish to thank Robstar for stepping in his co-coms earlier on today. Wasn't expected. Grelis was going to be here tonight, but family situation came up, so he couldn't be here tonight. But thank you to Robstar for joining me, and also thank you to you, Habit Connor, for joining me since Robstar is having issues.
Not a problem. And obviously we wish Grelis all the best.
Yes,
as well. But now, going back to the top 5 quickly, Sandydam has got back into the DRS of Enzon, but Enzon has dropped DRS from the top 3. So that could become an issue later on as the laps tick down.
As finally on lap 15, X427 puts himself onto the medium tyres. He is going to be a bit of a nightmare for those who he comes out near.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking like he's he's in clear air for a start.
That's true, but he is 10 seconds behind the car in front. He only has 12 laps to go. Is he going to be able to be consistent enough to push his way up that 10 seconds and then past the other cars? That's the real question.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, choosing to pick this late, he'll be definitely hoping so. I mean, we saw in qualifying earlier, he's definitely got the pace to be in and around it, up in the top 5. It's a case of, can he make quick work of these cars that are on much older tyres.
And unfortunately for Sandydam, he was not in the DRS of Enzon as he came across the detection line. He is dropping back and back from this little train, and Enzon has got himself back into the DRS of the cars ahead.
Yeah, half a second in just down that straight alone, but seems to be getting it back as Enzon's been held up by Alex through sector 1. Obviously, a lot tighter, twistier than other parts of the track, so only natural that things are going to concertina together.
Oh, as Adam goes wide and lets Alex and Enzon through after the Degner corners. I think he made a slight mistake and got himself on the gravel on the outside of the Degners and had to let those cars pass Otherwise, there would have been contact.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, the aim of the game is to avoid as much contact as you can. Degner's both fast corners, and from personal experience, it can be easy to just misjudge it slightly, and it costs you a lot of time. So
Yeah, I originally had difficulty in this game with the Degners. They are very difficult to do if you do not have the correct setup. But once you get it dialed in, you can fly through those corners almost completely flat. Oh,
yeah,
and a
absolutely.
wiggle from Enzon as he goes through turn 1 there. That was unfortunate for him because he was ahead of Alex on the entry of turn 1 and has lost the spot because of going wide there.
Yeah, had just made the pass, and just really unfortunate for him that he, yeah, as you said, ended up having a little bit of a wiggle and just needs to let Alex back through to avoid any potential incidents.
Now, I don't want to point this out too hard, but Almanac has stormed off on these hard tyres. 2.5 seconds from Alex. He is absolutely flying out front. I wonder, is he going to push all the way to the end of the race and try and make this gap as big as he possibly can, instead of defending where he can to try and help his teammate get up onto the podium?
It's an interesting question to raise. Obviously, do you potentially sacrifice a gap to try and improve the result for the team, or do you just secure the win and guarantee your team 25 points and obviously personal glory towards the championship as well, as Enzon now makes the pass successfully on Alex into turn 1.
Yeah, I'm honestly not overly certain on how I would feel in this situation. Of course, if you guys do not know, both me and Havoc Connor, we are teammates in EU2. So this might come across a little bit awkward, but if I were in Almanac's shoes, I don't know if I would want to risk potentially losing a position and a race win just to try and get the team an extra podium position. I know it seems selfish, but it's the racer mentality.
And looking at it logistically, to be fair, we are rolling in round 2. It's very early on in the season, and if you're
Yellow flag in the hairpin there. That was 427. I don't know what happened, but he has lost the right end plate for his wing and the top fins. He's he stuffed it, to put it lightly. Apologies, I'm going to go back to Alex, and please continue your thought.
not a problem. But yeah, as I was saying, early on in the season, you just want to build as much of a gap as you can in the drivers' championship points wise, and hope that your teammate does the job to secure the constructors as well. But there's got to be a point where you can make the decision whether to sacrifice for the team or just go on your own. And now is not that point. Now is the time to just focus solely on yourself for now.
That is a very good point. But as we both know, we're both on 0 points after round. So tomorrow is our big day for us to get a 1-2. Right, Connor?
We'll see what happens, I guess.
Never mind that. Let's get back to the race. So we have got a Fixter who is 3.5 seconds behind Almanac, followed so closely, bump drafted near enough by Alex. Almost 3 wide. Oh my god, side by side, Enzon and Alex going through the Casio triangle. Oh,
Yeah, that was
that was very, very tight through there, and they actually lost a lot of time to Adam.
That was a very spicy attempt from Enzon there. Obviously dropped the positions earlier on last lap and ended up in 5th. But through 130R side by side with Sandidam, and then just decides in the Casio triangle to just go for it and see what happens. And fortunately for him, without too much contact, he's up to 3rd. But we'll have to see what gets said after the race about that,
I think a Fixter was very pleased with that situation coming out of there. He could more than likely see that in his mirrors, and thanked his lucky stars that he was not involved in it.
100%.
Oh, and Enzon goes for the move through Spoon. That is very cheeky to try and make that move. But Adam holds him in position. He does not let him through. He held it around the outside of Spoon and did not cause any contact. That was very cheeky from the Ferrari driver there.
Yeah, brilliant defensive driving there as Alex pulls to the right and basically attempts the same thing that Enzon did to try and get past him. Yeah, 100%.
I will say these drivers are making this immensely enjoyable to watch. I should be talking a lot more, but I just want to sit here and watch the race unfold. It's my problem. I know, but I just want to watch it unfold. Apologies. Sorry, I'm gonna keep the camera on Enzon. I just need to quickly step away.
Yeah, not a problem. I will happily keep on commentating on this as the gaps are just staying as they are, really. We've got Nathan slightly closing up towards Ashton Army. On obviously pitted for the mediums a lap before X427 originally did. Leading, and obviously the damage leading X47 to pit again. We've got Andre on the soft, who seems to be getting close to Dan there.
Apologies about that, everyone. I am now back. We have
No problem.
Andre on 427. Yes, they are very close together. Those softs, he has been on those for
2 laps.
2 laps at this point. But they are... I don't think he will have the best tyres come the last 2 laps.
No, definitely not.
Very, very difficult to get around this circuit. On soft tyres, Sector 1 heats up the tyres so much that instead of just normal degradation that you would get on the tyres, you suffer with thermal degradation through Sector 1. And it just makes the tyres unusable, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. From personal experience, I struggle a lot with Sector 1, and for the reasons that you've just mentioned. It's an absolute nightmare for me to get the car through the S's. But nevertheless, we are back again for another lap of just this train, currently led by Alex.
Yes. I will say, now 5 seconds behind Almanac. All of the squabbling and fighting that they've been doing over the past few laps has let Almanac just run away there he is in the distance on the start-finish straight, and it's going to be nigh on impossible for them to catch him in 3 laps unless he makes a mistake. Touch wood that he doesn't, but if he makes a mistake, that is probably the only way these guys are going to catch up to him at this point, unless he has burnt through his tyres.
Yeah, that could be a factor. I mean, obviously, we mentioned once again the top 5. In fact, no, the top 9 now are all on 17 lap hards. So it's just a case. It's a case now of who's held on to them the best.
Very, very true. It is very nice to see, actually, that both of our debutantes, Heavy and Alex, both in the points for Kick Sauber. I know I'm not a Kick Sauber driver this season, but I know not Tom Carter was a Sauber driver back in the day, back when he was co-coms with Brooksy in EU4. He was a Sauber driver, so I'm pretty sure he'll be happy to see this result. Just like he's an Aston Villa fan, weirdly enough. Very strange person for that, but then again, oh, Alex has had an issue in the last corner. I didn't catch that, but I saw him drop all the way from 2nd down to 5th, and now he is being chased down by 2 Spell.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for the Sauber driver. Was in a really good position, and in that heated situation, it only takes one little wobble, and it can just ruin all the hard work that has gone into the first 24 laps of this race.
I will say this is a rather technical track, but it's also a rather quick track. It's fast, and you have to have so much concentration just to be able to get through the lap, and it takes a toll on you. I know this, being one of the, let's say, elder statesmen of the of the league. I sometimes have trouble just concentrating for the entire race. These guys up front have been doing amazing work, not making contact, just getting themselves into position, making the passes, basically playing for the DRS. And I am thoroughly impressed as Sanderdam holds it around the outside of Enzon in turn 1. Oh, there's contact! Oh my word! There is the lack of concentration that I was talking about. I have a feeling the stewards will be seeing that one light up as soon as the race is finished. Is there any damage on Enzon's Ferrari? I was surprised.
Yes, he's missing an end plate at least on that right hand side.
That's very true. Yes, he is also missing the upper 2 fins on the wing as well. That is very, very unfortunate, as Andre picks up a 3-second time penalty. I was surprised though when I saw Enzon bounce off that wall. I thought that tyre was coming off. I honestly thought that was coming off.
Yeah, I thought that was race ending as well. Potentially. I mean, very fortunately for them, it's
Enzon was able to survive a big shunt with the wall and carry on. I wonder what's going to happen when it comes down to the stewards with that.
Yeah, 100%.
From here, I could not tell who was at fault. Honestly, I couldn't see who was turning into who or whatever was happening as Alex goes in for the attack and then backs out.
I mean, from my angle, I mean, it looked like Sandy Dam. I can't tell if he lost it or not on the exit, being on the curbs, obviously practically side by side. But there was definitely, it looked like a loss of traction, and obviously being side by side, he just sort of ended up angling his car towards Enzon.
Oh, and they make contact again through Degner too. Enzon is extremely slow through Sector 1 at this moment, purely for the fact that he's missing so much of his wing. The 3 cars behind are trying everything they can, taking every opportunity to try and get past, and just cannot get past it. He is making his Ferrari as wide as he possibly can, not necessarily doing it the right way, as Alex manages to squeeze his way through and runs away, as does Two Spell. Sandy Dam is now stuck behind this Ferrari.
Yeah, as they go 3 wide through 130R.
Oh, whoa, that is not the best way to go through 130R. I can bring that up onto our replay here. Apologies, I've only just remembered that I have the replay going, guys and girls. But yeah, that was a relatively light shunt, but he very nearly spun it completely as they came through there, as I missed the end of the race. I apologize. I am so bad at this. I do apologize, guys. So we have Almanac as the winner. P2, A Fixter, a 1-2 from the Red Bulls. How many years has it been since it's been 1-2 for Red Bull?
Oh, we're going back a couple of years at least, I would have thought.
Then we have the Haas on the podium as well, of Two Spell Wizard. Then we have Alex W, Sandydam, Enzon, Pipe Tech, Heavy, Dougie and Cygate making up your top 10. We have Kev, Nathan, Andre, Real Ashton Army and X427 rounding out the field. Honestly, I'm not sure what happened with X427. He did get damage. He had a couple of slip and slides. But, yeah, he did not have the best race, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I believe it was a 3-stop in the end for him.
Can I quickly ask, are you in charge of the VC, or am I?
Oh, that is a very good question.
If you
I'm
want
not
to
sure.
check that out, I will get the...
I would believe it is you, as I joined late.
I will get the screenshots here. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button there. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Go down. So that is your finishing order, guys. Are you able to see if I am in charge? Because I know Rob Star started it. I think he's switched over. It is yours.
It is me. It is me.
So, guys,
so then,
give us a couple of minutes and we will do interviews. We need Almanac, Adam A. Fixter, and Two Spell Wizard. We'll see if any of them decide to come into the VC. We will talk to you guys in just a minute.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest to speed.
Contest to Speed.
Contest of speed.
Okay, guys. So we are back. We are just trying to get our podium sitters into the comms booth. Please bear with us. Let's see.
Right. Right. Invites should be out to join the VC.
Okay, no problem.
Hello.
Hello, Adam. Give us just a moment. We are seeing who else we can get in here.
Good. All good.
There is Almanac. We're just waiting on to spell. There we go.
Lovely stuff. The gang's all here.
And there goes Almanac.
Oh.
Try and invite him back in for us. So,
Yep, will do.
We'll start with P3 man, two spell wizard, Neil B. How was the race for you, sir? That was a lot of following X427 around, swapping DRS, and ending up making the moves that you needed to based on people making mistakes as well, and ending up in P3. How was the race for you?
Sector 1 was full of sadness on that one. And then I got angry, and then I drove angrily for a little while, and got back up to 8th, I think, before the safety car from the back, and then safety car came out, boxed, decided to stay out. X47 disconnected annoyingly, but then when he reconnected, because we'd got held up behind the non-pitting Nathan, there was a bit of a gap there, so we swapped positions. He boxed, and then had a bit of a nightmare, unfortunately. But then after that, I was just sort of trying to close as much as I could to the guys in front in a lonely sixth after getting past Pipe Tech, and then they had this amazing battle royale at the end, and I thought, okay, I'll poke my nose in around here, see what happens, and because I'd saved up my ERS, I just ended up doing a hot lap on the last lap and screaming over the line in P3.
You ended up doing a battery dump for the entirety of the final lap.
Yeah. Well, after sector 1, it was literally just a battery dump.
How were your tyres throughout that? Because I believe you went for the medium hard strategy, correct?
Yeah, we went medium hard. I think the hards had got up to mid-20s by the end of the race. So they were pretty good.
Good information for us Williams boys tomorrow. Thank you.
The front left was just about to hit 30, I think, the front left. Definitely front left limited. But it was good fun. Well done, the Red Bulls. After starting 4th, and there was a bit of an accident with the Sauber at the start, which caused the sadness. It was quite fun afterwards, to be honest. But I wouldn't want to do it every week.
It did look like you had a fun race, especially at the very end where you were just able to pump in a quick lap and manage to get yourself into 3rd place. But congratulations on the podium. Hopefully we don't have to deal with X427 too often, because we know what he's like with Brooksy and not Tom Carter. So we might see him in the future. You never know. Con, do you have any thoughts or questions for Two Spell?
Just a little bit of an insight into the thoughts as you just see 3rd, 4th, and 5th just crawling towards you after multiple incidents in the last couple of laps, and sort of where your head was at.
Well, the gap was steady about sort of between 5 and 6 seconds after I'd got free, and I was like, okay, so they're a bit quicker than me, but they're fighting with each other, so I'm keeping up. It was only really sort of the last 3 laps when I started seeing bits of carbon fibre bouncing in front of me, and I was thinking, oh, this could be tasty. So I saved up my ERS, and I was able to be in a position to use the overtake button at the end where the other guys were flashing and had a bit of damage.
Well, congratulations, Two Spell. That was a brilliant race. Well done on your podium position there. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Let's move on to Adam, otherwise known as A Fixter. How was your race, sir? Well done on P2. And
Thank you.
talk us through that absolutely insane battle between yourself, Alex W, Enzon, and Sandydam on the last couple of laps there.
Yeah, so like Two Spell said, there was a lot of battling going on between all of us throughout that race. And at the end, I was trying to save battery because I knew the last lap was coming up. And I was like, do I want to be behind? Do I want to be P3 going into the last lap? Because obviously you get DRS. So I was thinking about that. And then I looked behind me and they're not there. I was like, what's happened? So they had all dropped off during their battle, which was good for me because I didn't have to push as hard, which was nice. I almost lost it in sector 1 on lap 27 actually. So on the curbs, I almost binned it into the wall, which wouldn't have been good. But I was a bit unhappy with the quali performance. So I think I started 9th, and I was a bit worried about where I was going to finish. But again, like Two Spell said, there was a few incidents on lap 1. Managed to get a few things done in the first lap, and then the safety car came out, which bunched us all together, and then they sort of just gave me the platform to push forward and make moves from there. And it ended up going really well. There's a lot of defending going on throughout the last 10 laps or so. So I was trying to think about where I can deploy battery and whatnot, and it was good battling.
There was a lot of defensive manoeuvring from Enzon on the last few laps because of the collision between him and Sandydam after turn 1. He had no front right end plate. So
Really?
he was very slow through sector 1. And we saw you guys all sort of bunching up behind, just trying to get past.
Yeah, I didn't realize he didn't have an end plate because I thought that my setup I was losing time on the straights, so I would turn off the battery in sector 1 just to try and recharge it quite a bit. So I didn't realize he had any damage, but it was a good race. I'm really happy with how it went, and to the guys who we were battling with, it was really fun, and I'm looking forward to some more next week.
And your thoughts, Con?
Yeah, I mean, just from a viewer point of view, it was a hell of a battle to watch unfold, especially in the middle part of the race. Sort of, would you have maybe preferred Almanac to sort of drop back slightly and maybe play a little bit of the team game so early on in the season, or were you happy to just crack on, let him pull away, and just you obviously work out how you were going to get through?
Yeah, I mean, Almanac started way ahead of me. He was like in the first stint, he was well ahead. He was steaming off into the distance. So he obviously had pace this race. And I was just sort of trying to do my own race. I'll let him do his thing. And I tried to do we did a double pass on the Sauber together. And that's when I tried to sort of stay in P2 and use his DRS then, but then I made a mistake, didn't I, and got overtaken again. So that would have been nice, but it was a lot more fun to have the battles, I think. So overall, it was really fun, and congrats on Almanac for the P1. I think it was well deserved, and yeah, nice one.
Congratulations on the P2, Adam. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
And now, our Suzuka winner, Almanac. How was the race for you, sir? Congratulations on winning the race. And why don't you talk us through your absolutely storming off into the distance race that you had?
Yep. Hello. Papaya Rose, Adam. Papaya Rose, mate. Um, Today I had a very right rear wing, front wing. Maybe I had the best first sector, but on the straights I suffered. I don't know what happened. What happened behind me? The contact or span. I was just lucky that I was ahead on this lap. Otherwise, I could have been in that incident, but the guys bought time for me because we had the same pace anyway, and we also got a lot of points in the Constructors' Championship. So thank you for the race. Have a good evening.
And any thoughts, Con? Any questions?
Um,
Apart from how can I do what you do?
yeah, very very much so, but obviously a lot more difficult in EU2. But yeah, just congratulations on the win and a thoroughly dominant performance. I suppose the only question I would have is there any tracks left on the calendar where you think you can replicate that, or is it just going to be a case of see what happens?
Sorry, I don't understand. Can you repeat, please?
So do you feel that there are any tracks upcoming in the season that you feel that you can perform at this level again?
Maybe
Or was this a one?
Suzuka the best. Maybe Brazil.
Okay, so we're looking at rounds 2 and 4 for the Almanac domination. Okay, understood.
I mean, that was the best thing.
Oh, I just had
Oh.
Adam speaking and then he cut out. Anyway, guys, it is time to say goodbye. Thank you everyone in the chat for watching. This has been Contest of Speed EU3 Round 2 Suzuka, and have a good evening, guys.
Take care, everybody.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of Speed.
Contest of Speed.
Contest of Speed.